The kind that makes your stomach drop. I stepped back instinctively. "Do I know you?" I asked. He tilted his head slightly, like he found the question amusing. Then he spoke again. "I'd known you for a long time." My stomach tightened, because that made absolutely no sense. I had never seen this man before, at least not that I remembered. I didn't want to keep talking to him, so I quickly unlocked the building door and stepped inside. I didn't even look back. I just hurried up the stairs to my apartment and locked the door behind me. For a while, everything was quiet, too quiet. Then about 10 minutes later, I heard footsteps in the hallway. Slow footsteps, moving closer until they stopped right outside my door. My heart started pounding. Then came a knock. 3 slow taps. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I just stood there frozen in the middle of my apartment. Then his voice came through the door, soft, almost whispering. "Peter, I know you're in there." My entire body went cold. There was no way he could know that. My lights were off. My TV was off. I hadn't made a single sound. Yet somehow, he knew. I stayed silent, hoping he would eventually leave. But then he said something that made my stomach drop. "I remember when you moved in." That's when the fear really hit me. How long had this guy been watching me? Had he been outside my building before? Had he been following me? Then I heard something slide across the floor outside my door. After that, his footsteps slowly walked away down the hallway. I waited several minutes before moving. Then I carefully walked to the door and looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty, but something was lying on the floor outside. A photograph. My hands were shaking as I opened the door and picked it up, and when I looked at it, my stomach dropped. It was a picture of me, standing outside the building near my car. But it wasn't recent. It looked like it had been taken weeks ago, maybe longer. I was completely unaware someone was watching me or taking pictures. That's when I realized something terrifying. This man hadn't just seen me randomly. He had been watching me for a long time. The next morning, I went to the police. I told them everything. The man, the voice, the photograph. But since I couldn't clearly describe his face, there wasn't much they could do. They said they would patrol the area, but that was about it. For the next few days, nothing happened. No strange sightings, no footsteps, no knocks. And eventually, I started to relax. I convinced myself maybe he moved on. Maybe he found someone else to bother. But about a week later, I came home from work and saw something taped to my apartment door. Another photograph. And this one was worse, because it had been taken through my bedroom window. The picture showed me sleeping, and written across the bottom of the photo were the words, "Good night." I moved out 2 days later. I didn't care about the lease.